Hello there, welcome to my views and news. Three news stories. Firstly, Ethiopian government has bought millions of liters of cooking oil to provide in the market. Why? Because there is shortage of cooking oil. Price is going up. It is becoming difficult for the government to ensure that people are able to buy basic commodities. Secondly, mayor in a town in the Amhara region has been kidnapped allegedly by a Fano of fighters. And thirdly, Zemene Kassie, the Gujum Fano commander, spoke and he responded to Ethiopian Prime Minister's claims that the government is in secret talks with some Fano groups. What did he say? Firstly, viewers, market is facing uncertainty in Ethiopia. Basic commodities are disappearing. Price hike is also being reported. All that began after the birr was devalued. It started on Monday. 7 days have almost passed. Birr has lost 73% of its value. And on Monday, new birr to dollar to birr exchange rates will be announced. Since there is uncertainty, no one knows where the birr devaluation will stop. That is why businessmen are hesitant to buy new stocks and to launch their old stocks. Some businessmen who bought commodities on old prices, they have increased prices, and some are not launching their items in the market. They are waiting for prices to go up, and they want more profit. So government now would try its best to ensure that firstly no hoarding is done, secondly no prices are increased, and thirdly that the supply is not disrupted. Because if supply is disrupted, people will take to the streets. Empty valid people, what will they do? They'll turn to crime or they'll turn to protest. Already we're seeing what is happening in Nigeria, where people are protesting after the impact of reforms hit the common man there. Today, an Ethiopian minister announced that from next week, from tomorrow, provision of cooking oil in the market will be ensured by the government. I told you that cooking oil is either not available or available at higher prices. Kasahun Gofe is the name of the minister. He's Minister of Trade and Regional Relations. He said that the government has bought 14 million liters of cooking oil. 14 million liters. Around 700 vehicles have been cleared at Adama Customs. In Adama, there is custom clearance office where these vehicles are being cleared. It was imported, it seems. And now the government will launch these 700 vehicle carrying commodities in the market. Cooking oil is one of the commodities, rice, and some other basic items which people need. Yes, that is what people need, because if the government does not intervene, you'll see more price hike, you'll see more hoarding, you'll see that market will have no supply, market won't have items available. That is why, yes, government will have to do that. So now government will have, by the way, free liberalization of market does not mean that government has no role. You see here, government cannot leave the market to buyers and sellers. If the government leaves the market to buyers and sellers, The sellers will exploit buyers. At some point, government will have to intervene to stabilize the market, at least market of commodities. I think that government will have to intervene to stabilize the foreign exchange rate market. There too, if there is no intervention, government will make discrete intervention, I believe. If it is not making it already, it will ensure that there is some uh, sort of stability there. People now, these special packages are being announced. Obviously, for that you need money to, and if the supply of these basic commodities in the market becomes too costly for the government, what will government do? Obviously, government will now give subsidy on these items and launch them in the market. How long will this subsidy continue? They're very important questions. Government will have to be very proactive, and it will have to allocate a part of its budget, a significant part of its budget, to alleviate the suffering of those who will be hit most by these economic reforms. Secondly, viewers, mayor in a town has been kidnapped allegedly by Fano fighters. It is being reported by Fano groups themselves. They're claiming that they have kidnapped the mayor. Incident happened in a zone which is notorious for the kidnapping and assassination of government officials. North Shoa zone of the Amhara region, dozens of government officials, prosperity party officials, police members, police officials have been assassinated, kidnapped by Fano fighters in the North Shore zone of the Amhara region. Ataye city, North Shore zone, where the mayor has been kidnapped reportedly. Asalf Derbe is his name. It is being reported by Fano fighters themselves. They are claiming that Asalf Derbe is in their custody. I have not seen official statement from Ataye City Communication Office or North Shoa Zone government, but his pictures are being shared, and Fano groups say that he is in their custody. Lastly, viewers, Zemene Kassie Gujam Fano commander rejected Ethiopian PM's claims about talks with Fano groups. 3 days ago, the Prime Minister of Ethiopia said, while talking to members of parliament, that the government was in talks with groups in the Amhara region and with groups in Oromia. We saw a statement from Ola, I did a video on that. Rather, I mentioned that in last night's live chat, Ola denied. Ola said no talks of any sort ongoing with the government. That talks were held last year, talks collapsed. These days, at this point of time, there are no talks ongoing. The government is telling lies. The Prime Minister is spreading false propaganda. And when PM said that some Fano elements are in talks with the government, I did a video on that, if you remember. I told you that some elements in Gujum and maybe in Shoa could be in, not in Gujum, some elements in Gonda and maybe a few in Shoa could be in talks with the government. I'd said that in Gujum, there's no possibility of any major talks between the government and Fano. Masrisha could be in talks, but he's not very relevant. Same with the case in Volod. Zemene Kassie says that the forces, the fighters under him, are not in talks. Zemene Kassie is Astras Maredente, Zenabao, they're main leaders in Gujam now. Skandar kicked out, Masrisha irrelevant. So it means that at least Gujam Fano is not talking to the government, or it is not publicly admitting. I think it's not talking. Volo not talking, the government. Shoa, again, no confirmation. If you, by the way, the channel is also based in Shoa, Jalta Framamu. And in an interview a few days ago, he said it's very premature to mention talks with the government. That will only happen after all Fano groups decide what they want to do. So Janal Framamu ruled out the possibility of talks with the government a few days ago. No talks between major Showa Fano groups and government, it seems. Gondar, North Gondar Fano could be in talks. Some leaders will be in talks with the government. This is what I said, and so far, I have not seen any confirmation of any major Fano groups from Gojam, Showa, Wallo being in talks with the Ethiopian. Thank you.